All right, guys. Sorry. Started the stream and then had to go. Wife calling me, so I had to go do that. What's up, guys? Everyone, how you doing? Real crypto here, watching a real market fall in real time. So recently put out a video today, talked about the 6850 level being very important, and it is, and it was, and now we're way down here, 6480. So already down a few $100, $400 as a matter of fact, in pretty high fashion, and taking the rest of the market down with it. So that is something that is, very interesting. 233 billion market cap. I would anticipate this getting much lower. In the next month, we'll probably see 150. That would be my guess. So we'll see about a pretty big drop. I mean, that's just a guess. I'm not going to place money on that bet or anything, but I'm just saying we're going to end up with a pretty low market cap here. So actually, we're making recent lows in the overall market cap, which wasn't something, I didn't think we were all the way quite down there yet. Wow. We are, aren't we? 233 billion market cap. Over here we're at 260, 240, 235. So guys, we're already breaking down into new low territory. So this is going to get probably pretty scary pretty quick here. Now keep in mind that 5800 level is going to be extremely important for Bitcoin. I've got a bunch of charts that we were marking up during the power hour over here. It's that's a very, very aggressive sell-off. This is extremely aggressive. This could get really bad. I mean, to be quite honest with you, it's really bad. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down days in a row. Don't quite know the last time we had 7 down days. Now we know we counted 6 down days, 4 points on this chart. If you saw my video a couple of videos ago, this was 6 right here. There was 6 down days right here. There were 6 down days right here at 20,000, which ended in this massive capitulation candle. And this was an extreme sell-off. This was 47% in a number of days. I don't know if we're going to do that, but the number and the percentage of this sell-off, let's see what the percentage is actually. 23%. What was this sell-off here? Obviously more than 23%, because so that one went 41%. So let's say this one goes 41%. Let's say, bet you it matches my target. 41% would be about $4,900, and everything kind of led us down to that $4,800 level recently here, didn't it? Hey, John Cardwell, thanks for joining. Yeah, thanks for joining. So yeah, I can go back. There's lots of videos I got, John, about this and that and the other thing. I'm not a perfect trader. Not all my calls are dead on, but if you watch the last 100 videos or so that I've made, go do that right now. Go watch 100 of my videos. No, you can generally see the overall tone of the market. We kind of flow up and down. We sometimes miss a turning point or two, but we're definitely always at least in the ballpark. So, and right now that ballpark is lower. Right now that ballpark is definitely lower. What's up, Paul? Bass Clef. What's up, Bass Clef? There's Eduardo. What's up, Eduardo? Pro Clubs League. What's up? Taxi for Bitcoin. Utah's in the house for Jason. How you guys doing? Yeah, so pretty bad, and I feel really bad for Ethereum right here, to be honest with you. I think Ethereum is on the verge of breaking an extreme price level, yeah, you can see right here we're coming down to these lows fairly quickly, and also this longer term trend line in Ethereum. So if this starts to break, this, it's not gonna go to 200 within a couple of days, but it's gonna put everything in a bad spot. We have XRP, which has already broken that longer term trend line right there. So we discussed this a little bit in the previous video. But someone in the power hour talked about going long XRP. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I'd go long XRP here. You know, anytime you break a major trend line, good things don't happen. Okay, these are times to be wary of this market, not to be aggressive. What about Nano? What about Nano? It's the whole market's garbage right here, adventurer. It's just the whole market's destroyed. I wouldn't be arbitrarily picking one coin. I mean, Omisa goes up 8% here, but I still wouldn't be participating. VET down another 11%. This thing is constantly down around 10%. Seems like every other day it's down 10%. Actually, in this case, every day. 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%. So this thing's just rolling lower here. Cool Frost, you still holding that short you put on earlier during the power hour? I actually went long. Cool Frost went short, and he actually ended up winning out that battle. So good job. Hope you maintained that. I got stopped out, had to leave the house, and completely missed the good short entry. Yeah, so kind of got screwed on that one right there. We were looking at it right here. Cool Frost went short right here. Actually, looked like it was starting to poke up, so I took a long position, and then it started failing, and I just kind of let it go down to my stop loss. But I wasn't ready to short yet. Then I had to leave the house, and then it just dropped like a stone. And I'm at my customer's house, and then I look at the Slack chat room, and everyone's like, extreme stream real crypto? And I'm like, oh crap, what the hell happened? And then I see it all the way down here past 60, past the 6850 level already. And I'm like, well, looks like I missed that run. And then it's been continuing ever since. What's up, Ian? How you doing? So glad to not be in Bitcoin is right. Absolutely right. Just bought some Litecoin. That was a dumb decision. I don't agree with that. Yeah, I definitely don't agree with that. That's not necessarily. Now, if you're playing that for a little bounce trade, Jarek, that's fine. But I don't really think it's gonna be. I don't think you're gonna get much out of that. I mean, Litecoin has just been destroyed. Huge volume sell-off. There's no reason to buy this down here. I mean, if you're lucky, you're going to get back to 67.35, 67.50. If you're lucky. There's really nothing here indicating a bullish trend. Everything's pointing lower. You do get bounces from time to time, but you see these sell-offs start here, and here's another sell-off that's starting. So when Moon, I don't know. Not now. So let's put it this way. Everyone's looking for a moon, but it's really bright and sunny outside. It's really hot outside, so you're probably not going to see the moon for a while. Ian's looking to play in stocks. Absolutely. Now, the stock market, on the other hand, while everything in the cryptocurrency world has a huge downward trajectory, everything in the stocks world, not everything, but quite a bit. So here's the S&P 500 in a nice rally, about to break into all-time highs. If you're looking at the NASDAQ, already into all-time highs, and looks like it's attempting to rest here and may break out a little bit in probably the next week or so. So stocks looking very good. If you guys are not interested in trading stocks, I don't quite understand why. If you have any questions about it, I'll be happy to answer it. And we're also starting a real stocks power hour. So if you guys are interested in the equities markets, futures markets, forex markets, pretty much any kind of traditional market, go ahead and hit me up. I do have a Real Dash Stocks channel. You can check that out. Aram, how are you? Where have you been lately, my friend? Haven't seen you in the power hour for a little bit. So Aram was asking about ICX. That was one we were actually looking at earlier today. ICX looked like it was going to have a move. And like everything else in the market, it just collapsed. Collapsed like everything else. Not really interested. Ah, vacation. Very nice. Very nice. So, I'm not super interested in this down here. ZRX, we actually got involved in ZRX. I even took a position. Great volume breakout. It was looking really good. Started to increase. And then all hell broke loose. My stop got hit before I even knew what happened to me. Man, that was a crazy whipsaw. ZRX had a nice little cup with handle here on the 2-hour chart. Beautiful little cup with handle. I mean, this is textbook, guys. This is nice. And then, hey, it's a bear market. That's kind of what you expect. So it is what it is. And we move on to the next trade. And in this market, you're shorting everything. So, yeah, I sold this and just forgot about it. I didn't even look at it until just now. I sold it here underneath the handle, and it just just destroyed everything. So yeah, nothing. I would not get involved in anything right now, to be honest with you. It's just, we've been talking about this market being really bad for days. I put the video out a couple days ago about the signal and the altcoins, and we've been talking about things being really bearish here, and I don't know why anyone is calling for buying down here. Just people that really, really want it to go up and are grasping at straws for bullishness. That is not a very profitable trading strategy. I think I missed a few questions up here, actually. So, Fair says, smash the likes, 85 watching, only 5 likes. Well, now there's 104 watching, and I don't know how many likes there are, but let's get that up, guys. Let's go ahead and hit that like button. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it as we watch the demise of Bitcoin and a lot of the cryptocurrencies. So go ahead and hit that like button, guys. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And gosh, I'm trying to get to the. Oh, that's my server URL. Where the hell's my link at? I can't watch my own video. I'm trying to watch the video so I can see how many likes there are. I have no idea. There we go. All right, now I got 27 likes. That's somewhat better. That's somewhat better. I can go back to talking about BitConnect if you guys want. I'm just kidding. Just kidding on there, but definitely, yeah. Okay, so what do we got here? But yeah, ICX or ROM, not really interested too much in ICX right here. We may get a bounce kind of based off of some oversold reactions, but generally, that's probably not going to be a very, very good trade there. Majority of your investment is in mutual funds now? Which mutual funds, Terry? Oh, yeah, if you join me in the Real Stocks Power Hour. So the Real Stocks Hour is a half hour before the market open to a half hour after the market opens. So if you can make it to that, you can go to my Real Stocks channel. You can just go to YouTube and type in Real Stocks. And then there's me, Real Stocks. You can subscribe. Make sure you hit that button. And then, so I've been doing some live streams the past few days. So you can go ahead and hit me up there. And yeah, we'll go over your investment strategy. Your thoughts on Pundi X technology-wise. Ariel, if that's a crypto or stock, why don't you go ahead and shoot me a signal? I'm not going to go hunting for signals today. You want to be more active with a small amount of capital. What stocks do I currently hold? Well, I don't have Tesla, unfortunately. Although I told my fiance, or my wife now, to buy Tesla down here. She bought it 256 was her most recent buy. I own some Twitter, which has just been obliterated. So that one I held through earnings, and that was not a great decision. But still holding on to Twitter. I think it's not dead. I don't think Twitter's dead by any stretch of the imagination. I have here. I have PKG. I have Generac. I have Fizz. I have TQQQ, which is a triple NASDAQ. I've got don't think I got into FFIV, or did I? I think I did get into FFIV, and I believe I'm in FFIV. So I do have, this is a little, this is more holdings than I usually have. But, I think the market's really good right now. And I'm just kind of, I'm peppering a little bit here and there with some of the best stocks that I see that are buyable in the moment, or at least going to get there. NPXS is Pundy X. It looks like that's a crypto. Now you mentioned from a technology standpoint. I don't know much about this from a technology standpoint, so I'm really not going to be talking about that from a technological perspective. I don't have any expertise, nor I don't really want to spend the time right now. We're going to go to bed here in a little bit so I can get up for the Stocks Power Hour. But overall, the chart here looks like a nice little kind of rounding bottom. Nice little volume candle right there. So it's okay. Nothing actionable, though, and NPXS needs some more time to form a base of some kind. But just kind of rounding over, but nothing viable here currently. QKC to the moon. We were looking at QKC today. Nothing really crazy. I don't think QKC is doing anything. It's been sitting at lows. So, hope you're messing with me there. Cardano is falling. I saw a question I didn't see, so I think I missed a few more. Pundy X, yeah, technology-wise, yeah, sorry, Ariel. I don't have, I'm not going to do all the analysis right now. I have a question about stocks. Isn't the market too high to buy these days? Aren't we in for a correction? So, yes and no. Okay, I'm going to say yes and no. Basically, no. In the end, the answer is no. This is why. You can't really rhyme so much historically with stuff. Plus, we just had this huge sell-off that came back here towards the beginning of the year. So the S&P 500 has been basing for 6 months. I mean, so it's already came down about 12%. That's not quite enough for a correction, but we've had a lot of shallow corrections in the market here in the past 5 years. And this is one of the deeper ones. So this may be the correction the market needed. You see the last one here in 2015 came down almost 15%. So this didn't even quite meet a correction criteria. But there is a theory out there that with so many algorithms gaining steam in the market, that these corrections being shallow is due to the efficiency of the markets. And so by that standard, we're due another long run. You can see here the S&P 500 ran for another 2 years after we finally broke this, 562 days before we topped again. So we can get going. There's not a lot of economic headwinds. This is one thing about investing, especially in the stock market. You can't psychologically take yourself out of the game while the market looks bullish. That is not something that's healthy to do. The market leaders, a few have sold off, but none have really excessively failed. Twitter probably being the worst, and that's not even a major market leader. Facebook being a market leader had a huge reversal day. Looks like yesterday. So a big upthrust yesterday on really good volume. So starting to claw its way back. We still have the other leaders high up there. I mean, come on. If Apple's in all-time highs, the market's not falling. I mean, that's just kind of a general rule of thumb. If Apple's good, everything's good. You got Amazon sitting here poking it up at all-time highs. So, don't put cash on the sidelines prematurely. A lot of people, and there's still enough bearishness out there. So the market doesn't top when you think it's too high. The market tops when you think it's never going down. That's when the market actually tops, and there's not enough people out there right now with enough bullishness to make this market top. Not everyone's in yet. There's still quite a few people on the sidelines. So Andy, I do cover some traditional markets. The crypto markets take their own time though, so I started a Real Stocks Power Hour. For that, I do have the Real Stocks channel, which I've been talking about a little bit here. So if you are interested, feel free to check that out and go ahead and join me over there as well. Oh, where did I turn my volume up there? I'm waiting on someone to have you look at Nano. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and look at Nano, but I'm pretty sure it looks horrible because Nano has not looked good any day we've looked at it, and we look at it every day. Where is it? Oh, did I remove it? Oh, there it is. Down 8%. Yeah, it looks horrible. Just looks really bad. What do you want me to look at? I mean, is there anything specific you want me to look at? Like when you guys ask me to look at something, give me a bit of a thesis about what you're thinking, okay? Like, hey, I want to buy, I want to buy Nano here. I think it's low. I think it's undervalued. Whatever your thought process is, even if I can, argue your thesis, that's fine. But I think you have to give me something to go off of. I mean, if everything's pointing down, I'm just going to say, yeah, it looks like crap. And this is one of those that doesn't look very good. Do I trade in the commodities market? Andy, no, I do not actively trade in commodities, but technical analysis pretty much works universally. We've been looking at gold recently, and I think Aram took a long gold position a few weeks ago. Here we go. And we haven't looked at gold in a while, so Aram was playing a bounce play up here, and we were looking for a consolidation to keep going, but it rolled over, and then we finally just said you have to let the trade go, and since it's gone down, $30 down here from the 1240 level down here to the 1210 level, probably going a little bit lower. And we did talk about a measured move, and this was our target for the measured move to the downside of about just under 1200. So we'll see if it gets there. I don't think he shorted that. Someone else shorted it though, but they haven't been in the chat room in a while, so I'm not sure how that trade's going. Hey, what's up, R. Pete? You bought some Twitter today, huh? That's cool. Who will save us in this downtrend? No one. No one's saving you. Why would anyone save you? What's your opinion on Tron getting ready for a moonshot with VM release? No, it's not. So when it comes to investing, ladies and gentlemen, and this goes for stocks, this goes for anything. All right, I disconnected there for a second. $22. It's not $6. No one cares. Okay? So let's name another thing that recently happened. We had, what's something else? Did Ethereum have any? XRP? I can't think of any other major fundamental news that came out. Tron. I mean, who had a wallet or some stupid thing come out? Ven, good example. Ven switched to VET. I have no idea why. And let's see how that worked out. Okay. All right, I see how that worked out. It's down 57%. Down 57%. No one cares about the technology. The people that put money at risk care about that money that's at risk. They don't care about what's driving underneath of it. They care about what happens on this chart. They could give two shits about the VM release. No one cares. Literally no one cares. If you're involved in a trading room where everyone's touting about the VM release, you're trading with a bunch of stupid people. Just be quite frank with you. People that don't understand trading and just, they're grasping at straws. Like someone just said, who's going to save us? Those are the same people that ask those questions are the same people that say it's gonna go up with a release. It's not going to happen. A new technology, a new version isn't going to do anything to price action. Price action is regulated by human fear and greed. That's what it's based on. All right, so we got Neo here. Where's the bottom for Neo? Yeah, I don't know. 10 bucks, $5, who the hell knows? It's yeah, you can't, it's so hard to analyze this stuff right now, to be honest with you, because if it went up so high and came down so fast. Now we're coming down to the point of somewhat of an equilibrium with the rest of the pattern. Like if you were to look at like the let's take a really long-term moving average on this. Like what's a 200-day move? 200. So there's a 200-day moving average on Neo. You never get the hook this far down on a 200-day moving average. But there's going to be something like a reversion to the mean, if you will. I'm not a huge math guy. Excuse me. I'm not a huge math guy, but I really couldn't even tell you what a standard deviation is, to be honest with you, which is I'm going to learn that. I was thinking about that the other day. But there's going to be a reversion to an actual meaningful valuation. And, the markets are way overinflated. There's no reason Neo should have gone from, 40 cents to $140. There's nothing really doing that except for, price action and the mentality of the herd, the greed of everyone in the cryptocurrency market. Now you're witnessing the fear. Okay, so we're going to go much lower. I mean, it's only at 23, so it only has $23 left to go until we're back towards very, very low levels. I can't say exactly how low it's going to go. There's nothing really implied in the charts. Everything percentage-wise from here on out is going to be very aggressive. Like if you take this as a measured move, potentially. $13 Neo. So I don't have a great answer to how low it's going to go, but the answer is lower. I mean, the market right here is just destroyed. Quite literally destroyed. You got 64.70 now. Looks like we're still continuing lower in Bitcoin. Just a very, very aggressive sell-off. It'll stop at some point. But just it's hard to say exactly where that's going to be. Now, we were talking a little bit in my previous video I just put out. There we go. I think a good support level for Bitcoin is right here near the 6,100 level. I think that's a pretty good sell-off opportunity. Looks like that measure move target is met right now from that sell-off to this sell-off. So this measured move has already been hit. So maybe do a pause coming up shortly there, but the volume is remaining very high. So we may consolidate a little bit, but I do think that we're going to get a test here of this 6,100 level in time, and we'll probably get a bounce off of this and start to base for a break of that 6,000 definitively. That's my general theory right now. Doesn't mean it's going to work out, but there you go. But it can do 1,000 transactions a second. It has sharding. Absolutely. It's a fact, ladies and gentlemen, this is sarcasm, by the way, that everything that can do 1 million transactions a second, all those platform coins are doing great, aren't they? They're doing so good because they can do 1 million transactions per second. Wasn't it ZIL or Nano that could end up growing to 1 million TPS? How's that price action working out for you? Why do you think Ethereum is still holding at kind of the same level while Bitcoin is dropping hard? Do you believe Ethereum is able to hold 360 plus? Ethereum is not holding anything, to be quite frank with you. I mean, it may not be dropping quite as far, but Ethereum has broken many, many levels. This most recent, here's a bear flag in Ethereum, and it had this little symmetrical triangle in it, and it just broke that symmetrical triangle right there on very high volume. Very, very high volume. So it's not acting healthy. Just because it's not selling off as badly as Bitcoin doesn't mean it's not going to in the future. It is not healthy. There's nothing healthy here. Now, XRP is probably the worst looking coin that I've seen here tonight, to be honest with you. I thought about shorting XRP. I didn't though, because it's just so weak that I think it's due some kind of a bounce. So it did bounce a little bit here on XRP, but only for a very marginal amount of time. But this is an extraordinarily weak coin, down 7%. Looks like it's the biggest one down on this one. EOS is up there with it, though, against the dollar. Look at that. I mean, just a very bad sell-off. So people taking a lot of risk off of the table here. What site to use to trade stocks? Interactive Brokers, Ian, is going to be your way to go there. If you have over $10,000, which I think you do, then you're going to want to go to Interactive Brokers. The fees are extremely low. And yeah, if you want to wait till tomorrow, I can kind of help you out a little bit with that. Or whenever you want to do that. Is $82 Ethereum really possible? Absolutely. It's a number. It's just a number, and the market goes really exuberant to the top side, really exuberant to the downside. So I think absolutely it can. There's no doubt in my mind that it can go down there. It seems aggressive, don't get me wrong. I mean, I really can't quite believe it. Like $82 Ethereum, really? We had $1,400 Ethereum. If we get to $82 Ethereum, I'm just going to buy like, I don't know, $1,000 worth of Ethereum and literally hodl that, because I don't really hodl, but I'll hodl some. You know, and if it gets back to $1,400, then that'll be great. But that's a very, very aggressive target. That's an extremely aggressive target for Ethereum. But it's, you know, it's possible. Yeah, it's definitely possible. It could get to $1. I mean, we've seen Ethereum trade, you know, back in the day. How much was it? Was it like $6? Back in the day was like $6 Ethereum. So absolutely it can get there. Like back over in these days, what's the high and low? So $8, $7, $10, $12, $11, $13, $7. So yeah, I mean, absolutely you can get to 85. Absolutely. Closed all your shorts at 66.15. Why'd you do that? It was at 68.50. On that little pause right there, Ted. Yes, on this 2-hour chart, man, that thing had nothing. Yeah, how to get back in, Ted? You know what? I know you've got some gains on that trade. Actually, congratulations, buddy. You've been doing really good. I did read some of your thread in the Slack chat room, but it's kind of high up there, so I didn't actually respond to it. But great job. Fantastic. You said your account was up 20%. That's awesome. Yeah, you've been just killing it lately. I know you made a few mistakes up here at the highs, but it looks like you murdered on this trade. So fantastic. I would just wait for right now. You know, it's come down quite aggressively. It will stop at some point. Okay, so I wouldn't just jump back in. I would wait for consolidation, and I'd probably short on another high. You know, so here's 61. Yeah, I don't think it goes straight down to there. I mean, it could, but I don't think it's extremely likely. But I would short on a consolidation if you wanted to do that. But again, keep in mind that, you know, we can bounce back at any time here. But this thing is just so bearish right now. I don't even quite know what to do with it. It's just super bearish. But overall, great job there, Ted. Great job. Mamax? Oh, yeah, you entered your mutual fund. I don't even know. Yeah, see, I can't really pull mutual funds up very good on here. MF Moderate Allocation A. Looks like it kind of tracks the S&P 500. Then they only report at the close is what it looks like. Kind of hard to do some technical analysis on this. If I was in, you know, I don't know, if I was in something else, I probably could do some analysis on this. But it's Maybe I can go to Morningstar. I should have a Morningstar account. Is it saved? Nope, it's not saved. I did have a Morningstar account. MAMAX, isn't that it or something? Front load 5.75%. If you're going to pay someone 5.75%, I'll manage your portfolio. Oh, that's a front load, so. Sorry, I forgot what that meant for a second there. I'll still take 5.75% up front. So looks like it's I'll get the S&P in here if I can. So large cap, let's see what they got here. Technology, financial services, 10-year. Yeah, I'm not happy with. Yeah, I'm really not happy with 6.82%. That's pretty shitty. That's pretty bad. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Okay, let's add the benchmark. Here we go. There you go. Look at how badly you're underperforming the S&P. That's not good. You got to move out of that piece of garbage, to be quite frank with you. Looks like it did much better during the bear market. I'll give you that. But if you're going to be a somewhat active trader, you can do better than freaking, what was that? 6%? That's horrible. That's horrible. Get out of that. Yeah, I think most mutual funds are garbage, to be quite frank with you. I think most of them are garbage. I need to do like a retirement webinar for people. Well, so here's the thing. So I did something for my I have a friend. She's 45. She's almost a virgin. She's doesn't have a boyfriend. She's probably never gonna be in a long. She's just scared, stuff like that. And she's timid. She's not good with financial stuff. And she's done good though. She's done okay. And her fund actually isn't horrible. She's doing like 7.2%, which for a 401k for a 401k option wasn't too bad in terms of a mutual fund. So I wasn't hating on her too bad. I thought she would be in something that was given like 5 or 6%, and I was like, that's what I was expecting. I saw 7.2. I'm like, okay, it's not too bad. Expense ratio was a little high, and then we moved into her something that's basically going to double her returns by retirement, and less fees. Yeah, so fantastic. Didn't know I was doing a live stream, Hikaru. Yeah, I didn't either. And then I figured I had some time before I went to bed. Market was kind of doing fuddy stuff. So I figured I'd jump on for everyone. And now we're talking about stocks. So I like talking about stocks. Taxable accounts up 18% year to date. Pretty good there, John. Good job. What do I think of Veritasium? Well, first I have to know what symbol it is. All right, Veritasium versus Bitcoin. I don't think a whole lot of it right here. I don't think a lot of any altcoins right here. I mean, the market is unhealthy and it's toxic, guys. It's a bear market. I don't think anything of any of these coins, to be honest with you. I mean, the only one that even has a semblance of doing something is probably Zcash. Oh, it's probably not Zcash. It's the other one. Is it Zcash? Yeah. Okay, so it is. No, I'm sorry. Ethereum Classic recently being added to Coinbase, and yeah. So in the Power Hour, we caught the news, and I know there's a lot of guys here from the Power Hour. What did we talk about selling the news? Where were we saying that? Right here, weren't we? Right there when that news came out, we said sell it. We said sell it. And look at that. In the past 12 hours, it's gone down 16%. Did anyone get a chance to short that, by the way? There's a few Power Hour members here. Did anyone get a chance to short Ethereum Classic here? Mars, why are you shilling that thing so much? Are you affiliated with them in some sense? I have seen this before. It's pretty fun. It's a fun thing. That's about it. Yeah, I'll pull it up there. You don't seem like you're a spammer, so I'll go ahead and pull it up here. It is pretty fun. You can see how far everything has declined. Bitcoin Diamond down 98%. I mean, there's so much down 90+%. Cardano down 91% from all-time highs. I mean, guys, bear market. Bear frickin' market. Nano could go up. Look, Bitcoin Diamond can go up 100%, and it would still be down like 90 whatever it is, 96%, 95%, right? And you would still have plenty to go up. So don't start bottom buying these things here, guys. Just don't start doing it. Just is what it is. It's a bear market. Get lower. SP 500 market crash? Why would you say that, Shahab? Why would you mention that? That's not even why. I don't see that. There's no market crash in the S&P. Luke says, any thoughts on whether you think uranium has bottomed? If you give me a symbol for uranium, Luke, I'll go ahead and pull it up. I'm not going to go searching for symbols. Privacy Coin and Cryptopia, thank you for giving me an exchange and a symbol. I really do appreciate that. That always helps. Always nice to be respectful of the host's time and his ability to not know what weird little coin you want me to look at. And it's not even on here. Where am? Oh, I don't have the other one up. Shoot. Coinigy might have it. And John Cardwell, you mentioned institutional money. Is that in stocks or is that in crypto? Okay, so here's XSpec. Actually, not looking super horrible from a technical standpoint at all. I don't know anything about this coin platform. I don't know what the market cap is. Looks like it's a fairly low price coin. Good volume here recently, though. I actually don't mind that action, to be quite frank with you. Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world. That's for sure. With everything looking so bad. Has a nice level of support right here. looks like. We were testing it here. Could probably even drop this a little lower. So far living above it, and if it can really get going with on some volume, you probably could get involved in this thing. Now I would make it a small position, especially with the Bitcoin market being as bearish as it is here. But yeah, I'm not too mad at this. The only thing I don't like right now is this breakout green candle had very low volume. That I'm not happy with. But outside of that, overall it's not looking too bad. But yeah, I would not be very aggressive in this. This is not one you put, 50%, 30% of your account in. This is one you put 10% of your account in. Looks like a really, really small coin. Does have these nice pumps though, several 100%. So maybe it could be starting one of those. It's a little hard to tell. Randy Savage, do you ever use blah, 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 blah? So institutional money with crypto, John? They're waiting. The institutional players are very, very patient people. They're extremely patient people. They don't need to come rush in here, guys. Why do they care? They're making $250,000 a year being a desk jockey trader, and the guys that actually make the trading decisions make well over $1 million a year. They can bide their time. There's plenty of money to be made in the stock market. They don't need to rush in here and make a bottom for you in Bitcoin. Why would they make a bottom when they know they can probably buy it later on for basically pennies on the dollar comparatively to where it's been in the past? So you kind of have to view it from their perspective. Why would they run in here? Well, there's no incentive for them to do so. No incentive for them to do so. Yeah, I don't know if you can short Ethereum Classic. Probably on Bitfinex. You can short a bunch of stuff on Bitfinex. What about XLM? It seems really strong compared to the other sell-offs. It's not going up, but not losing value as fast as others. So XLM has been kind of a bright spot generally. However, we have two conflicting trend lines. We have this upward sloping trend line, which kind of gives you the general trend ever since third quarter 2017. So that's broken pretty definitively. We also have this low area here about the 1675 level that it can, as long as it's above this, it's still fairly healthy and holding a support level. So one strike against it, one strike for it. So it's in fairly neutral territory. Doesn't mean you take positions here at all, but it does mean that you don't have to sell it off as aggressively as you would other coins. And Stellar actually overtook Litecoin from a coin market cap perspective here recently, because before I had it and then I had to readjust my watch list to put Stellar above Litecoin. You see it right there. Stellar was below Litecoin, and then now it's above it. Very good relative strength compared to a lot of the coins. URA for uranium. Let's take a look. So it's definitely living under this trend line. It does appear that there is a bottom in place here, but it's not doing anything yet. So it's still in the consolidation. I don't know much about the fundamentals in the uranium market. There's obviously going to be a fundamental impact to this. So I don't know what those fundamentals are. You're going to have to do some analysis on that. But from a technical, ooh, wow, 134 down to 11. Eek. That's not very friendly. Not very friendly at all. So from a fundamental perspective, I don't know much about it. From a technical perspective, I don't mind this declining trend line, as a matter of fact. But you're going to have to wait for this to do something. I wouldn't arbitrarily be buying here. Now, if it gets down really close to this trend line, like if it pops back down here again towards the 12.25 level, maybe you want to pick up a position there because you're really close to that $12 support. Okay, and you can give it to like, 1180 or something like that, 1170 probably, and then you can go about your business and put a stop there. But outside of that, I think you're probably waiting in uranium. I don't know their CMDR, why everyone is surprised. We have been in a bear market for a long time. Ah, thanks, Mars. Yeah, that 3K Bitcoin call worked out pretty damn well. I didn't expect it to be spot on, but it was pretty spot on. That was pretty. I felt good about myself after that one. It's a little unnerving, especially when you're newer to YouTube, to kind of do those blatant price call videos, especially when we were up so high. And it felt really good that that worked out. What's your take this bear market lasts for cryptos? I think we're bear into the rest of the year. I mean, I don't see a huge turnaround coming for Bitcoin out of this price action right now. It's not really feasible. Like I said, I think we're going to get a pause at some point and going to have a consolidation, but this is a very extreme sell-off. Look at that just very high volume area. Very, very high volume area for many, many days. And the one bounce we had is the weakest volume through this entire side. So the one time we tried to bounce, about 7 people wanted to buy it, while it looks like 30 people wanted to sell it. So a 30 on 7 fight, I'll take the 30 every single time in that particular battle. Like if you look at this downtrend here, very similar to kind of what we had here, right? A more aggressive downtrend, but this is much broader. And we have this kind of trough here as it was going up. There were some weak selling days, weak buying days, but now it's the sellers took over, period. The sellers have this thing under control right now. So thanks for joining me, guys, here today. Please, if you haven't liked the video, please go ahead and smash that like button. I would appreciate it. And if you guys are new to the channel, don't know much about me here at Real Crypto, we do these live streams. I do put out videos, but we do a Real Crypto Power Hour every single day. We spend an hour looking at the cryptocurrency markets. It's from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Arizona time, and every session is recorded so you can view it after the fact. We're also doing a Real Stocks Power Hour, so if you guys are interested in the stock market, we're spending a half hour before the market open and a half hour after the market opens, kind of going through the stocks, seeing what the earnings are doing. Don't have too many people in there right now, but I'm hoping to get some of you crypto guys interested in stocks, because it's a very, guys, there wouldn't be a crypto market without the stock market, and there's a reason for that. There's a lot of money to be made there, but it's a different beast. It's a different animal. Don't go blindly into stocks, and keep an eye out for an introduction to stocks webinar coming out at some point. Okay, so just to throw that out there for you guys. You are a ETF. Oh, it's an ETF. Okay. Gotcha. Possible prior to midterms. Talk about BitConnect. What is BitConnect doing? I can't believe they still have them on CoinMarketCap. Oh, it's only down 19%. Oh, wow, is it 52 cents? What were we talking about the other day? It was like 17 cents or something? It was at like 17 cents. I told you guys to buy BitConnect. I told you. That's hilarious. It actually doubled here recently. That is funny. Someone mentioned they wish I would have bought BitConnect when I said to, and I was completely joking. Sometimes my sarcasm delivery is very dry and doesn't quite come through. I think some people may have actually made some money off of some sarcasm. That's pretty funny. That's awesome. What's up, Gomri? How are you doing? All right. Taking a break from talking. Going to take a water break and read some of these comments, guys. Get another question or two to answer. So Keto has a good point here. If the Bitcoin ETF is going to be approved, you may see some big volume movement before the approval. That is basically the people in the know front running the market. That is a common practice that's been happening forever. ever since people were able to kind of bet money on anything. If you have some insider information, you pretty much will front run it. And I don't know why this major sell-off happened on the postponement of that ETF decision. In my mind, it's a very weak reason for a sell-off, which just shows you how bearish the market is. It's just very bearish. Okay, sorry, just taking a moment to breathe here. I've been well, breathing is good, guys. John says, I'm of the opinion if we really are going to nasty lows, pretty much all these alts are going to be washed out. If you got Litecoin or Ethereum really cheap, would you sell now or wait based on current Bitcoin? To be honest with you, I would probably just kind of sell out. I don't see. I don't know. We're to a point of either major support or a breakdown point. So we're so close. If you want to wait for the breakdown, I can't blame you. If you want to, wait for that thing to break down, that's completely fine. Reason being is because while it looks really bad now, there's nothing saying tomorrow it can't reverse and we're going to get that base in Bitcoin that we talked about. I think Bitcoin's still going lower, which probably, again, means altcoins are going lower. But if Bitcoin goes lower, or if Bitcoin pauses here, or even in a little bit, we could have a nice little rally in Ethereum, and then, who knows exactly what's going to happen. But I think the bulls are slowly coming to the realization they've been on the wrong side of this trade for the past 6 months, and that's why you're seeing this major exodus from the cryptocurrency market. Even if they're moving it into Tether, I don't know exactly, but I don't know where the money's flowing. The market cap's going down, but it doesn't seem like money's completely leaving the exchanges yet. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here in a few minutes. So get your last-minute questions in here, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to go through these last questions, then get out of here. .com, not with the time I have left about market cycles and measured moves. If you're really interested, I do have a market cycles webinar on my website. If you want to do some more research on market cycles, it's actually a really good webinar. I've had nothing but positive feedback, and it's a really good webinar. Go ahead and check that out if you want to. My website, real-crypto.com, and you can check that out there. Well, those buttons are different. I should change that. It's gonna piss off some UI people. And yeah, measured moves is a whole different conversation. Hiraku asks about RSI head and shoulders and RSI patterns. I haven't really noticed a chart pattern like that in a RSI, but there's nothing to say it can't work out. I typically don't use the RSI too often. Daily, okay. So here's daily RSI. Let's get to it for Bitcoin. Oh, yeah, I guess right there's kind of a bit of a head and shoulders, isn't there? Yeah, so I don't know if I would view that as a tradable pattern so much more than I would view it as a break of relative strength. So while I definitely see what you're saying, and you could have the same argument right here. It looks like there is kind of a weird head and shoulders, so maybe it is a thing, and I've never noticed it before. But I don't hawk the RSI level that often. That's not something I do. I don't really look at the RSI. I'm very, very price action based. Very price action based. 98% is price action. The other 2% is a mix of moving averages, and then somewhere I'll look at an RSI every once in a while. But it looks like these past two tops have had reversal patterns to them. So Kid Destiny, in terms of the mining price, I wouldn't give any credence to any mining price that you hear about, to be honest with you, because there's so many different people that have different business models, different electricity prices. So don't worry about the miners at all. Short answer to that question, Kid Destiny, is no. They are not going to prop up the price of Bitcoin. They have bills to pay. Our Pete asked, do you think Ethereum Classic will have another pump once listed on Coinbase like Bitcoin Cash did? Well, it is listed on Coinbase actually, our Pete, and it's been selling off. So not quite sure about that. Oh, that's why I'm getting out of here, guys. It's getting past my bedtime. I gotta get up at 6 a.m. to do the Stocks Power Hour. Lower tonight, Frazier. I don't know. It's gone down quite significantly. I do think we pause here at some point in time. I don't know exactly where that's going to be. Going to the immediate term time frame. Still looks like it wants lower. Look at that, man. The volume increasing. That's horrible. This is not good this is not good. So overnight here, I mean, right now it looks like it wants lower pricing, but it's down pretty far. I don't know if I would blanket short it here, to be honest with you, but the volume is really remaining high. That's bearish. Just, quite frankly, it's bearish. Oh, actual Coinbase, R. Pete? I don't know about that. You know what? I'm not sure about that. Social media says, do you think ETC can pump like Bcash once it gets listed on the Coinable app? I don't know anything about the Coinable app. And yeah, I don't know anything about that. I wouldn't put a lot of stock into, something like that. I mean, you may get a small pump out of it, but I'm not really. I don't place trades based on that kind of stuff. XRP is going to drop a lot. A good point to buy in is a lot lower. I don't have a major expectation of where this is going to go, but you got major support down here at 12 cents. You've got a top support here at about 30 cents and 12 cents. So you kind of have a channel formed here, and that's where I think we're going to probably end up at some point in time. And Paul's correct. Miners have no control over the price. Think about it. If you're going to mine Bitcoin on your computer, or if you're going to buy an ASIC miner, how are you going to affect the price? By mining Bitcoin. You have no way to affect the price by mining Bitcoin. You are still a slave to the markets. It's like a coal miner. A coal miner has no effect on the price of coal. If it were up to coal miners, don't you think coal would be about 400% higher? But they have no effect on the price whatsoever. So the only thing they can do is dig more coal or find alternative business practices. So the Bitcoin miners are going to have to deal with some losses for a little while, or they're going to have to pony up some more cash. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for joining me. Please subscribe if you enjoy the content. Please check out my Real Crypto website. I am doing some updates to the site every once in a while. And I did an update recently to resources on links for some of you newer traders. I'm going to keep it updated. I have a lot more work to do here, but the links kind of gives you some links to some different things I found out there. And I'm going to keep adding to this and keep working on the website little by little. So check back every once in a while if you would. I don't have any ads up there or anything. So, but all right, guys. Looks like I got one call for ADA, which I actually haven't touched ADA tonight, which is why I'm going to do it. So we'll look at ADA, and it looks like garbage, like everything else there. So, yeah, it doesn't look very good. Egregious selling. So again, a lot of things are at support levels, and they were at support levels a few days ago too. And this is at a support level right now, and it needs to hold. Otherwise, it's just going to crack. So if Bitcoin bounces, we'll probably get some bounces in some other coins as well. But right now things are still looking like they want to move lower. So at some point, I would assume in the overnight session, we're going to have a reversal, and it's going to start to base. I just don't know exactly when that's going to be, nor does anybody else. So, All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it. See you guys next time on the next Extreme stream. I don't really schedule these. I just kind of do them very impromptu. Maybe I should start scheduling a few for everyone. Maybe get a bit more viewership in here. So, but all right, guys, thanks for joining me today. Stay safe out there. Don't start taking aggressive positions unless you really see a reversal of some kind. So, thanks very much, guys. I'll see you next time.